what's up everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back again with another Major Kill video. This is the Retributors from Astartes, explained by an Australian.
G'day guys and
Check
gal.
it out.
Astartes is the single greatest work of art in regards to truly portraying how terrifying a space marine is when you're in their way. One guy made the entire 5-part video series with outstanding sound editing, textures, animation, modeling, effects. Even the plot and lore he crafted himself were amazing. One guy. The Mad Lad also created his own custom Space Marine chapter, the Retributors, which from the video's supplement lore and his Ask Me Anything, we have gathered enough lore for them to create this video. Today I'll be explaining the lore of the Retributors Space Marine Homebrew chapter. There isn't an insane amount of info lurking on these guys, but with the brief snapshot we do have, it's clear that they are one of the most badass and unique Space Marine chapters out there.
But Major Kill, how can they be unique if they have no colours on their armour and never talk?
Silence your naive mouth, Timmy, you silly boy, before I take away your toys. And then feed them to you. Name a Space Marine chapter that has no colours and never talks other than the Retributors. Checkmate, kiddo. A lot of people wonder why I never did a part 5 Astartes reaction, considering it was the easiest way to get views for the following 2 weeks after it dropped. And that's because A, it went live while I was live streaming, so I did a live viewing, and B, video reaction videos purely engineered towards getting views are cringy. Besides, me and Astartes were hacked at the same time, so we're pretty much blood brothers.
Keep hounding them, I had to basically spam them before I got my channel back. The system for dealing with hackers is...
Also, here's a Kiwi, which is like Australia's cousins. If it's not immediately obvious, all the images and footage used in this video were created by Simon Peterson, creator of the Astartes project. I hope I got his name right. Please check out his video series below after this.
It was amazing.
Link will be in the description and comments below. Let's get into it. The Retributors are a loyalist Space Marine chapter. Created in an unknown founding, they are successor chapter of the Imperial Fists. At a base level, this means they're very pragmatic and logical, preferring to be efficient rather than showboat. This does actually put them in a stark contrast to the Black Templars who, whilst they share the same gene father, Mr. Dawn, are the equivalent of weaponized autism, whilst the Retributors are extremely efficient. The only real thing that these two cousin chapters share is how relentless and ruthless they are. The simple markings, lack of war cries, no hesitation and no paint job all tie together perfectly to show what these boys are about. Interestingly, despite their lack of heraldry and showboating, they have an unbelievably badass symbol, which likely represents how well they excel at punching people's faces in. Throughout their boarding actions seen in the Astartes series, they just never stop. Everything is deliberate. They are met with fierce tactically driven resistance, ambushes, heavy weaponry, and even psychers, yet they push on, never taking a single moment they didn't need to. This relentlessness is also likely what makes them so resistant to warp attacks. As the Astartes are approaching the Xeno Orb, which isn't a Yuvath arch, you dumb cunt. Stop pretending you know shit when you clearly fucking don't, you weasel dick neckbeard.
Oi, oi.
It hits them with psychic blasts, likely attempting to incapacitate them or control them. They resist every blast, and the orbs even say to each other, I quote, "We have all failed, the Astartes deny our touch," after the blasts. This made me even more impressed when the Inquisitor, who is also a trained and sanctioned psyker, ends up being possessed by one of the orbs despite it being heavily suppressed.
Oof.
The orbs that blast these Astartes were not...
I love this punch, this is my favorite part of these videos.
Despite it being heavily suppressed, the orbs that blast these Astartes were not suppressed. Their ruthlessness is again displayed by how quickly they completely creamed that Inquisitor once he was possessed. There was no, oh dear, oh no my friend, it was just whee, smash, blam blam. To continue on these boys' badassery, they have absolutely no fear of pain and death. When old mate was getting sucked into the orb, which was not a Uvrath, he did not shoot his plasma pistol point blank in some desperate attempt to survive. He deliberately overloaded it and turned it into a mini grenade, willing to detonate a plasma bomb in his hand at point blank if it meant that he could potentially hurt the Xeno or save his squad. Obviously it turned out to be not the best idea as the orb instantly reformed and he is now short one hand, but A+ for effort. Our boys in grey were then dragged by a genuine tentacle hentai monster through the warp and thrown into a sandy planet. After a quick tacky munt, old mate One Hand was back in action and ready to kick ass. It's not just their efficient mindset that makes the Retributors so deadly, it's also one of their deviations from the Codex Astartes. Their use of impulse squads, which are basically extremely versatile soldiers who can adapt to almost any situations, really sets them apart. The impulse squads are taught to fight as individuals, whilst also excelling in squad combat. Because of this, any Retributor that wants to be a sergeant or rank up must first serve in the Death Watch, which is basically a chapter of Marines from all different gene seeds and chapters, to learn how to coordinate individual Marines with vastly different tactics and training into a cohesive squad. If they can do that, then they can handle an impulse squad. The theory of the impulse squads was actually inspired by the Custodes. Each Custodes is a beast by himself, but can work terrifically in a squad by leveraging their own unique set of abilities. Now, the issue with homebrew or fan-made chapters is that they're not canon. It's hard to tell what is official fan canon of them and what is not. Obviously anything the creator produces is official fan canon, but further readings suggest that the original Retributors chapter slowly faded into obscurity before disappearing entirely after the old Orb kidnapping incident. The reading would go on to say that Gulliman would learn of their disappearance upon his return, and then commission a new Primaris chapter in their honour. When the new Primaris arrived at the Retributors' last known location, they discovered evidence that the chapter was likely alive and well. Hence the chapter master rallied all those who saw this evidence to him, and he gave the rest of the Primaris to a different chapter. He then demoted himself to captain and formed a new company of the Retributors, their goal likely to find the original Firstborn Marines. All of their ruthlessness, all of their tactical talent and bravery is nothing compared to their ultimate ability. The power to get absolutely anyone interested in Warhammer. This man took a niche hobby of collecting overpriced plastic minifigurines based on a story involving a deified Skeletor and 4 evil-ass emotions that were left unchecked, and he brought it to millions of people, invoking so much awe and joy that hundreds of thousands of people would then have gone from there to learn more about Warhammer. I can guarantee there are people watching this video, being immersed in the lore, maybe in the tabletop hobby, who came in because some legendary Kiwi animated a bunch of super soldiers kicking ass. Hell yeah. The creator of Astartes has said that he is done with the Retributors for now, and is moving on to new stories and chapters. So whilst it's really exciting to see what comes next, it's also a shame to see that these personality-less grey hulks may be shelved for a long time, or maybe forever. I don't know about you, but they grew on me. Maybe it was the way they nonchalantly ate all that firepower, or maybe it's how badass they made plasma pistols appear. Either way, I know in my heart that this isn't the end for the Retributors. And that does us for today, guys. Bit of a short one, not even 10 minutes.
But Major Kill, what about the extra ad revenue you get when the video hits 10 minutes?
Shut the fuck up, Timmy, you Xeno-loving filth, before I retribute your rectal cavity. I don't get monetized much anyway, so it doesn't really.
True. Anyway, that was the Retributors from Astartes explained. I wish he went deeper into like what actually happened. Like he explained the Space Marines, but he didn't really explain much of what happened after they got sucked, which I kind of wanted to find out. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a nice fucking day.